The newest volume of Stranger Things Season 5 has delivered some of the biggest shocks in the history of the show, and fans are still trying to process everything that dropped in the first 4 episodes. The Duffer Brothers promised that the final season would be bigger, darker, and more emotional than anything they have ever done before, and they definitely kept their promise. Volume 1 does not just end with an intense fight sequence, it brings one of the wildest reveals of the entire series, one that changes the story forever. After years of mystery and endless fan theories, Byers finally discovers that he has telekinetic powers of his own, and it happens during the most dangerous and terrifying moment of his life. This moment sets the tone for the whole rest of the season, and it comes with a massive amount of behind-the-scenes work from the cast and crew. The Duffer Brothers explained that the fight at the Max Z was the most logistically difficult thing they have ever shot for Stranger Things. According to Matt Duffer, it took extreme planning, rehearsals, and careful timing because of all the chaos happening in that one scene. The episode, titled Sorcerer, focuses on the Hawkins group trying to rescue the children being kept by the military at the Hawkins Max Z. The military believes it is protecting the kids from threats, but the Hawkins team knows the real danger. Vecna is far beyond anything the military can handle. The only remaining gate to the Upside Down is hidden inside this building, which means Vecna has quick access to the real world whenever he wants. Once Joyce, Mike, Lucas, and Will are caught trying to sneak the children out, they try to warn the soldiers that the real threat is coming for them. But the warning comes too late. Will starts having another one of his hive mind visions, and immediately after that, Demogorgons burst into the Max Z and begin attacking. Matt Duffer explained that the scene had to be shot in 4 separate long takes that were stitched together to look like one continuous shot, because so many kids were involved. And because of filming restrictions involving minors, they had to shoot each piece extremely carefully. Ross Duffer shared how exhausting the process became. During the first days of shooting, everyone felt excited because the backlot felt like a real battlefield. But by the end, the entire cast and crew felt completely drained. Even so, they hoped fans would appreciate the scale of the scene, and to capture the chaos and intensity, the crew rehearsed like they were planning for a single-take movie sequence. They practiced for weeks and even created animated pre-visualization videos to map every movement. The stunt team also filmed their own version on iPhones to help the actors visualize the scene. Noah Schnapp said that they had so many rehearsal guides that by the time shooting started, they felt like they knew the scene inside out. After running the oneer, Schnapp said he spent another week just exploring the full set, calling it a giant playground because of how massive and detailed it was. One of the biggest emotional moments of the entire sequence is when Vecna walks out of the gate inside the Max Z. This is the first time the Hawkins gang has seen him in person since the season 4 finale. They have spent years trying to track him down in the Upside Down, but he appears without warning at the most dangerous moment. It is also the first time Will has seen Vecna since season 1, a connection the show brought back in the opening minutes of the new season. Jamie Campbell Bower, who plays Vecna, said that it was interesting how he and Noah never really discussed their characters' deep connection, even though they always felt like something unresolved existed between them. Fans have been waiting for this moment for years, and it arrives in the most dramatic way possible. When Vecna appears, he is even more terrifying and powerful than before. He immediately slaughters nearly every soldier in the Max Z before calling Will forward. Bower revealed that the scene where Will and Vecna finally meet again was filmed at around 5:30 in the morning, with the sunrise only half an hour away. They had extremely limited time, but somehow the moment still became one of the most intense scenes of the season. Bower described having a rare out-of-body experience while filming. Everything around him became silent, and it felt like a moment of pure focus and art that just happens without planning. Vecna then tells Will the real reason he targeted him all those years ago, because Will was a small, vulnerable child who seemed easy to manipulate. Vecna confirms that he is still hunting children who share those qualities, wanting to bring them into his world and reshape them into dangerous vessels. He hints that this is the same place where he has trapped Max and Holly. But while Vecna still sees Will as weak, he fails to realize how much Will has changed. The turning point comes when Will remembers the emotional conversation he had with Robin earlier in the season. Robin shared that she only felt truly free when she stopped depending on others to understand who she was. As Will remembers her words, he flashes back to old memories, including moments first shown in season 2. The Duffers explained that they did not originally plan to connect these old memories to Will's awakening moment, but once the idea came up, it tied the emotional storyline together perfectly. Ross explained that when they tested the script without the flashbacks, the scene lacked emotional impact. Adding the old home movie style flashbacks made Will's internal transformation clear. Then comes the big moment. As Robin's words echo in Will's mind, the Demogorgons begin their final attack. But before they can reach his family and friends, Will suddenly lifts his hand and freezes them in the air. With his eyes rolled back, he destroys every Demogorgon with a brutal telekinetic blast. It is instantly clear that his powers are strong and extremely dangerous. As he collapses, he feels blood running from his nose, similar to 11. Noah Schnapp said he was so excited when he read this scene in the script that he wanted to screenshot it and post it online. For so long, Millie Bobby Brown's 11 has been the only character with supernatural abilities in the main cast. Now, Will, who started out as the quiet, shy kid from season 1, suddenly has one of the most powerful abilities in the show. Even so, Brown confirmed that Will and 11's powers are completely different. Schnapp added that he had to carefully learn how to show Will's powers evolving over the season, even though filming was done out of order. He revealed that the huge episode 4 scene was actually the second time he performed the power-using moment. Later, he had to go back and act the first time Will uses his power, and he needed to FaceTime the Duffers to confirm whether he was doing it correctly. The reveal of Will's powers is something fans have been predicting since past seasons. Mike has always believed Will had something special inside him and has been pushing him to accept that possibility. Will, as usual, rolled his eyes at him, but Mike was right all along. Finn Wolfhard joked that Mike's reaction must be something like, "I've seeking told you so." Wolfhard said that deep down, Mike has always understood that Will and Vecna share a deep, mysterious connection. Throughout seasons 2 and 3, Will always had a strange link to the Upside Down. Mike believed that Will had more to offer, but felt like his mom sometimes protected him too much. So when Will unleashes his power, Mike sees it as a huge emotional victory, something he knew was coming. The Duffers said the reason the Max Z fight feels so dramatic is because it is not just a spectacle. It is a combination of massive action and deep emotional buildup. They explained that every big action scene in the show must happen at the same time as an important emotional moment, just like the Dear Billy episode in season 4. They do not want the show to become just about visual effects. It has to remain grounded in character stories. The creators always planned to divide season 5 into 3 parts. Unlike season 4, where the split happened because of pandemic delays, they knew from the beginning that Volume 1 would end with Will discovering his powers. Matt Duffer said they treated Volume 1 and Volume 2 like 2 huge movies, each leading to its own climax. And the climax of Volume 1 is all about Will finally stepping into his true power and becoming a key piece of the final battle. As for what comes next, the Duffers are keeping quiet. Matt joked that he does not even know what phrase to use for Netflix. You cannot say tune in because people do not tune in anymore. But he teased that fans will have to click to find out what happens next. With so much chaos, emotional buildup, and shocking reveals packed into just the first 4 episodes, Stranger Things Season 5 Vol. E1 has completely changed the direction of the final season. And Will's awakening is only the beginning.